Welcome to ET English, the unique English language learning feature of Education Times. This recording is brought to you by Panthea Gunathilaka, the founder of Cleon, Academy for Speech, Drama and Leadership. The Education Times comes to you every week with the Sunday Times, a leading publication of Vijaya Newspapers Limited. ET English introduces a unique way of learning English. Through stories, it has a short novel and also a picture story, both of which are being published in episodes every week. All the lessons and activities that are given in the feature are from these two stories. Many English scholars accept that when you learn a language through stories, you remember them better. Further, the picture story will complement this by adding the visual component as well, where it will help the readers create vivid images in their minds, helping them remember those dialogues and the words through these incidents. Now we're going to bring the audio version of this feature, where you can listen to the stories and the lessons. First the picture story, secondly the novel, and finally the lessons. The short stories are taken from the book The Mirror of Paradise by Asghar Hussain, and beginning with the new picture story I, Jenners, writer Ranjit Gunaratne. To get the best out of this feature, we suggest that you get a copy of the Education Times and also a dictionary. Also, it will help if you read the feature once or twice on your own. At the same time, try to get the correct pronunciation by listening to audio attentively and repeatedly and trying to read it after every dialogue, emulating the voices that you hear. We shall start now. We bring you I, Jenners, Episode 17. Writer Ranjit Gunaratne. Illustrations by Anton B. Pereira.
Delke, did you post any photo on Facebook this morning?
No. Why? Hans, I did not post this. How can I post a photo taken with your camera?
No, this was not taken with my camera. I am quite sure. Delke, somebody must have hacked your account.
Oh my God! What shall I do? Everybody must be seeing this now.
Let me call Param and get back to you. Don't panic. Stay calm.
I'm okay, but I'm scared about what I'll have to face at school. Soon after this, Param calls Dilki.
Dilki, change your password immediately. If you can still do it.
Okay, Param. I will change it right away. That evening, the 5 friends meet and discuss the incident. So you changed the password and removed the photo? Yes, and ran a complete security check too. Nothing to worry now. Thanks, Param, for your help. I didn't know about that FB security check.
It's quite new.
But how can we find out who posted the photo?
Wait, I just remembered. It must be that guy I saw.
Which guy?
Let's start with episode 27. The short story, A Good Medical Boy, continues. Taken from the book The Mirror of Paradise, based on a story by Asghar Hussain. I tried to look away, but I stood transfixed as those eyes bored deep into me. I thought Rajpal would intervene in some way, but he pretended to be interested in some antiques instead. It was with much difficulty that I repressed the urge to kick him in the backside. I finally managed to calm myself a bit. I told Mr. Dissanayake, "You see, uncle, these things are too old to figure out using the knowledge and skills taught today." He was hardly convinced. In fact, I saw contempt and suspicion on his face before he turned away. Suddenly, Harshini called out from below, "Appachi, we are waiting for you." Back at the drawing room, the girl courteously served us iced coffee. Now she looked fresh and wore a dress with floral patterns. We expected some shorties to follow, but nothing came.
Activity 1. Contextual reference. Underline the correct answer within brackets. The first one, those eyes, in line 1 refers to Mr. Disanayake's eyes. Number 2, in I repressed the urge to kick him in the backside. Him refers to Rajpal. The third one, suddenly Harshini called out from below, "Appachi, we are waiting for you." The fourth one, in I saw contempt and suspicion on his face. His refers to Rajpal's friend. The fifth one, in we expected some shorties to follow. We refers to Rajpal and his friend. Activity 2. Form questions to which the following are answers. The first one, I thought Rajpal would intervene in some way. What? The second one, I told Mr. Dissanayake. Whom? The third one, Mr. Dissanayake was hardly convinced. Who? The fourth one, the girl courteously served us iced coffee. How? The fifth one, she wore a dress with floral patterns. What? Activity 3. Match the statements in column A with their corresponding responses in column B. Column A. The first one, I thought Rajpal would intervene in some way. Column B. But he pretended to be interested in some antiques instead. The second one, it was with much difficulty that I repressed the urge. Column B. E. to kick him in the backside. The third one, in fact, I saw contempt and suspicion. Column B. On his face before he turned away. The fourth one, Harshini called out from below. Column B. Appachi, we are waiting for you. The fifth one, we expected some shorties to follow. Column B, but nothing came. Activity 4. Read the picture story and match the language functions with their examples. Language functions. Responding to a query. Examples: C. Hans, I did not post this. The second one, giving instructions. D. Dilke, change your password immediately. The third one, expressing opinion. B. But it looks like she posted it herself. The fourth one, checking information. A. Dilke, did you post any photo on Facebook this morning?
Moving on to the word bank of the activity session. Today, we have 10 words for you to learn and remember and use them. The first one is transfix, which means to make somebody unable to move because they are afraid, surprised. The second one, intervene, means to become involved in a situation in order to help. Pretend is the third word, meaning to behave in a particular way in order to make other people believe something that is not true. The fourth word is repressed, which means not allowing certain emotions or desires to be expressed. The fifth word is contempt, and contempt means the feeling that somebody or something lacks value and deserves no respect. We move on to the sixth word, hack. This means to secretly find a way of looking at and or changing information on somebody else's computer system without permission. Panic is the next word, and this means a sudden feeling of great fear that cannot be controlled and prevents you from thinking clearly. Scared is the eighth word, which means frightened of something or afraid that something bad might happen. The ninth word, immediately. Immediately means without delay. The 10th and the last word for today, remove, which means to take something or somebody away from a place. That ends the activity session for lesson 27. Dear listeners, thank you very much for taking the time to listen to our recordings. You're welcome to give us your feedback and suggestions on the phone numbers and the email address given in the ET English feature in the Education Time section. We meet again next week. The recording was brought to you by Panthea Gunathilaka, the founder of Cleon Academy for Speech, Drama and Leadership. Until then, goodbye and happy learning.